Hi there, good morning. I'm Robert, here in the Pacific Northwest, the state of Washington, and this is Pumpkin. You're a good girl. I'm here this morning at the work vehicle. This is the office, and this is the work dog. Aren't you, Pumpkin? Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm the work dog. And I've got a story for you. And I've got the story because I think any father out there would enjoy and benefit from watching this video, from hearing me tell my story about the go-kart that changed who I am. When I was 11 or 12, I was obsessed with motorized machinery, things like motorcycles, mini bikes, anything that had a engine on it and made noise. You could zoom through the air. Great. And my dad noticed that, and he mentioned, why don't you think about something with four wheels on it, something a little more stable? How about a go-kart? Now, what a deal for someone 12-ish, huh? Sure, I'm in. Little did I know the go-kart wasn't going to be something that we went out and bought. We're going to build that thing. So, together, we sat down and he said, draw what you think it should look like. We'll make plans. We'll start with that. We did that. I made my plans. He did a little of this on there, suggested this, asked me why this was like this, how other people make theirs. Those things considered, the plans came together. Then we started going out and acquiring parts cheaply as possible, salvage parts. My dad was a major in the Air Force, and he had access to some parts, wheels off of a bomb dolly, wheels and tires, axles and metal and so on from a scrap metal dump. Gathered all those things together, and next, and we did that together, all of it, every bit of it, every little nut, every little bolt, every little piece of sheet metal, finding an engine, taking that engine off of an Edger, I think it came off of, 2.5 horsepower, screaming cast iron block Briggs & Stratton engine. And we started gathering all these things in the garage, every single step together. It made me who I am today. My repair business, my enjoyment, my joy of creating things, building things, fixing, repairing, installing equipment, doing it with pride, doing quality work, leaving a trail of that quality, having a reputation for that, and just the joy of putting things together and watching them work properly after adjustments, cleaning, parts replacements. It's what I do. That time we spent building that go-kart, focused on those details, taught me so much about that kind of stuff. Plus, more than that, about relationships with people and my relationship with life and taking on tasks and responsibility. Example, when it came time to have some welding done, which we weren't equipped for, we took it to the base, to the machine shop, and instead of my dad doing the whole thing, carrying the heavy parts of the metal and talking to the folks in there, showing them the plans, and doing the whole thing while I watched, or while I waited in the car, or while I was in school. We did that together. And I remember going into that machine shop by myself while my dad unloaded the metal from the car, and going in and finding the sergeant in charge and telling him who I was and what I wanted, showing him the plans, telling him my dad was coming in with the metal, and that was my job. I was in that thing, immersed in that project, intentionally by my father. Step by step, every hole, every screw, every drop of paint, every decision about how things would be assembled and what they would function like in the end. Every bit of that together. If I wasn't available, he wasn't available. You know, we'd spend an afternoon in the garage learning how to cut a keyway in an axle. We would play around with wheels and tires and problems we had when we started to road test the thing, which was a blast, by the way. Yeah, memories. Loving memories of my dad and what he did for me. So, it's nice to share that. Feels good. And it explains who I am today and why I like to do what I do and why I get so much out of it. Sometimes my customers ask, you know, how did you get into this? Why do you do this? How did you learn to do all that? And this is why. A project like that. And we didn't have many of them. He was a busy man. We didn't have a lot of time together, but that time we spent on that go-kart back at age 12, very valuable for me. That's how I got where I am. That's why I love what I love. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for being here this morning.